Hi, Coachettes. It's Coach Dominique, and I wear assistive hearing devices. I cling to my Bluetooth and closed caption. And today I want to talk about that big, majestic word that makes the world go round. Love, love. How to love a person with a hearing loss. My heart is pumping, but I just don't know how to relate to her, how to relate to him, how to bond with him, how to love him, how to get him to trust me. Today, guys, that's what we're talking about. People with a hearing loss can come off sometimes as anxious or stubborn. They say things, I have this, I know how to do, I heard it. So how can you make a person like that love you more? How do you form a stronger bond with them? There are some things that you can do to up the love with the hearing loss person. Today, I'm going to share the matters of the heart with the person who has a hearing loss. You will truly understand what makes the person with the hearing loss draw to you and what totally pushes them away. I have 7 tips for loving a person with a hearing loss. Thanks for tuning in. Let's get started. Number 1, ask them what they need. Tell them you care about them being comfortable. It matters that they enjoy themselves with you, and see if they'll tell you more about what makes them comfortable. This may seem a bit aggressive to some people, but not to me. I enjoy when other people beat me to the punch. I enjoy people to ask me, what do you need? What can I do for you? A few years ago, I joined a church choir, and my church choir had a director. She came to me and she sat me down and she asked me, what can I do to make this choir comfortable for you? What are some things that I need to be aware of? How do you operate in a choir? I was not offended at all. I was very open to telling her everything I had to because I knew that it would give me the greatest experience as possible. I also knew that I could go to her. I also knew that she cared about my needs. Showing that you are concerned with the hearing loss friend's needs is so very important, and it's even more important in a relationship. If people in a relationship cannot trust you to take care of their needs hearing-wise, then they probably won't come to you. If you are at an event with your partner and they have to tap someone else, then they probably will not come to the event with you next. Number 2, never assume what they need. This could lead to so many conflicts, and it could lead you to making steps like, I thought that's what you needed. Oh my goodness, I had a coworker that did this all the time, and nothing could push me further away from her. This was so offensive to me. Never gesture or demand it. Always be sure. Number 3, never challenge them. You heard what I said. What did I say? Tell me what I said. If you are challenging a hearing loss person to repeat you, you are really taking life from them. And remember, love does not pull life from us. Love places life in us. There is no worse feeling than someone to say, I know you didn't hear. This sends chills up my spine, and it pulls the life out of me. And I'm asking you, if you do this, to please stop. Pause the break. Chill, dude. You're not an audiologist. This is what I've wanted to say for years to people who want to challenge me and tell me that I did not hear something. For a hearing loss person, it is the worst feeling in the world, and it works against their self-love. Number 4, encourage them to have their hearing tested. If this has already been done, then wonderful. But if not, it has to happen in order for them to accept themselves and not be hindered by it. As with everything, it's all in how you say it. Be careful not to say things like, you know, you really need to go get your hearing tested. Or, when is the last time you had your hearing tested? What I have learned is that it's easier to ease someone in with a question. It's hard with demands. When you ask the person a question, you open up their mind to possibly accept it because they're focused on the question. For instance, you may say, how long has it been since you got your hearing tested? Or, when did you first start to think that you were losing your hearing? It's hard to get people to be responsive to us when we assume what they need in their lives and when we demand that they take action in their lives. Most of the time, that's just not going to happen. That's a done deal. The best way to get someone to act is to allow them to form their own opinion. And this is usually done with the question. Good luck. Get them to the doctor, but with the question. Number 5, understand how great hearing aids are. So, your new significant other wears a hearing aid, but you have no idea what this thing does. Talk about going into a relationship blindfolded. This is your significant other. This is a big, huge part of their lives. This is the sword they live by, their protector, and you've got to see it just for that. Try asking them what the make and model is. Cool, right? Yeah, hearing aids have a make and a model. Ask them to take it out, take a picture of it, and Google it to see how cool it is. I promise you, it will grow you steps closer to your partner to understand how much a hearing aid really does and how much it helps your partner. Let's think about this for a while. If you guys both bought together a 60-inch flat screen TV and placed it into the living room, wouldn't you guys excite about it for a while? Sure you would. It brings excitement, entertainment, and life. You see, the more things that people have in common and they're so enthused by together, the closer these things bring them. And it's true. If you're able to become more comfortable with the hearing aid, you may start to develop a sense of humor for it or even begin to see its beauty. All of these things your partner will love. But most of all, they will love that you took the step to learn about something that's so near and dear to them. Let me give you a few pointers about what a hearing aid can do and wow your mind. My Bluetooth allows me to connect to any Android or Apple product. This means I can talk over my speaker in the car, I can talk on my iPhone or my iPad, I can even live stream the sound of a Netflix movie directly to my ear. Pretty cool, right? Want to hear more? My Phonak hearing aid allows me to turn up the volume 17 times. It allows me to tune out noise in an overcrowded room, and it allows me to up the pronunciation of a low, weak speaker. Finally, my hearing aid makes a chiming sound when the battery is getting low. Hearing aids even come with small air dryers that you place the hearing aid into at night and it will dry the air out. This allows the hearing aid to last for a much longer life. Did I wow your mind? Maybe it's not so bad to Google a hearing aid after all. Number 6, advocate for them. There's nothing worse than always having to fight for yourself and having a long list of friends that never understand your needs or what could make a day easier for you. This is where advocating comes in. If you guys are in an airport and public announcements are being made, but there's no screen that shows that same announcement in captioning, then that needs to change. Speaking up about instances like this is a great way to show a hearing loss friend that you love them and you care about them. By doing this, I promise you that your person is going to start to trust you more because they're going to see that their happiness means something to you. I have sisters that advocate for me to the moon and back. They say things like, "No, Dominique, they need to offer captioning in that meeting because you deserve to hear like everyone else." I love it. In order to fully advocate for the needs of a hearing loss friend, you have to know what they need. Spending time with them to see how they do things. They may enjoy being the guest in houses that allow them to turn on captionings on the TV. There's nothing worse than going to girls' movie night and everybody doesn't realize how important it is for me to have captioning. Talk about a bummer. A hearing loss friend may also really appreciate captionings and meetings. While we're on the subject of captioning, this is a great place to start with advocating for your hearing loss friend. The need for captioning is sometimes bypassed and not always looked at for how necessary it is. Number 7, compliment them on what they do well. Everyone loves a compliment, and even more when it is genuinely given. If you have a friend who you'd like to become closer with who has a hearing loss, then monitor her, watch what she does, and see what she's great at. She may be great with children, or she may be great with helping people to figure out their situation. Show that to her. Tell her about those things. What does this do for your relationship? It helps her to see that to you, she's much more than just a hearing loss. People with a hearing loss, we know we're capable of many things. But getting a compliment is just the icing on the cake to some of the bad days that we face. My friends that know and compliment me are who always stay at the front of my mind because I know when it comes to them, it's not always just about my hearing loss. This is what a hearing loss person is going to have to receive from you. Also, when you go to compliment them, make sure it's very genuine and well thought out. I'm not saying for you to butter them up. Instead, I'm saying show them some of their wonderful ways, and in turn, you will be being a good friend. Our famous Gandhi says, love gives life. All of these 7 tips that I've just shared with you for sure are ways to give love, bond with people who have a hearing loss, and show them that you care about them. It's time for our declaration today. Declarations are made with intention. We are affirming to ourselves that this is what we believe and this is what we receive. So now, say it with me. I love to receive love from others. I accept all good-hearted people into my life. If you guys have been enlightened, I invite you to hit the subscribe button below. I'm going to keep bringing the wonderful topic, and I don't want you to miss any of it. To get each video so the information helps you. And remember, love the ears that you're in.